Hello, hello. Good afternoon. Happy Monday. How was your weekend? And happy President Day. I know some of you are off today, some are not. So, whatever you are, happy Monday. Enjoy your President Day. If you're new here, my name is Noura Al Masri. I am an enrolled agent and the founder of Noura's Books. I am known as the nonprofit CFO. I also help business owners to increase their cash and do their compliance work like taxes, everything you can think of. Today we're gonna talk about grants again, but today with my great friend Rosetta Williams. Thank you, Rosetta, for joining me. She's you tell them more about yourself. Like I'm not gonna take where are you tuning from and everything about you.
Well, thank you so much, Nora, for having me on today. As Nora said, I'm a grant writer, and I am tuning in from the Big Island of Hawaii. Nora and I have had the opportunity to work together personally, as well as involving and bringing in other people and clients that could potentially use her services and or mine. So, hey.
Okay. Thank you, Rosetta. I always love it when Rosetta is with me. We love going here live with each other, talking to you and educating you more about like how to can you get grants for your nonprofits and what do you need to do before you start getting those grants. So, because yeah, like as nonprofit consultants, we know a lot of things and we're trying to let you know everything we know. We don't hold anything back. So, before I'm going to start with you, Rosetta, before people start looking for grants, what do you have for them? Like, what's the first product you offer them?
Um, Offered them the first project that I offered them. First thing I would say is let's get grant ready, like hands down. I I know that you are excited when you get your 501c3. You are a budding new nonprofit, and you are like, I'm in here and I am ready. But the reality is, you are not ready. You've just done the pre stuff to get ready, just to have that nonprofit. Um, it's it's so many more steps beyond that, right? So you've gotten your board, you've gotten your bylaws, articles of incorporation, that 501c3. Yes, great. However, you have to ensure that your board is properly trained, that they know exactly their roles and responsibilities. You have to make sure that you have your programs solid, outlined. You know what the impact they're actually making. So I think that a lot of times new nonprofits and even sometimes old nonprofits are like, we should be writing grants and we should be making all this money on grants, but no, there are things to do pre and prior. Funders are looking for organizations with a solid foundation, right? They want to know that you know how to, you have HR policies in place, that you have, what are you doing for social media? How do you even show up? Because social media is this huge thing that funders are now saying, yeah, let's look into that. Let's be a part of organizations, fundraising and social media presence. You want to make sure that your programs are logical, and there's a logic model, excuse me, and they have best practices. All of these little things that you a lot of times I think don't think about because you're excited, you're ready to go. And then probably one of the other most important things that you need to be aware of is your bookkeeping. Do you have the proper financial documents in place? Can you show that your organization is fiscally sound? So that's where I'm like, Noura, help me out. We need some assistance here, Noura.
Yes, yes. So you guys, like, if you have been in nonprofit world or a business world, you should know. And for if you've been listening to me for a while, you know that when I say nonprofit is a business. It doesn't mean that something entity that does not need investment. No, it is a business, and you should deal with your nonprofit as dealing with a business properly. And if you are a business owner or nonprofit leader, that someone like who's going to lead that nonprofit, then you have to be familiar with financial statement, with balance sheet, and with balance sheet. Those are the two things, and you have to manage your cash flow. Those are the things you have to worry about when you actually want to get funding for your organization. Not only that, even like without even going to grants, if you still want to get like gifts and donations, you want to like stay on top of the crowd, you want to show that financial statements, you want to have your 990, which is your tax return. And yes, even when you are nonprofit, you have to give an informational return, and that is the 990, whatever type of it is, because there's like different 990 based on where you are on the organization. So you have to be aware of that, and you will need that for the grants, right?
Exactly. And Noura, I want to add, along with those financial statements that you mentioned, having an organizational budget, yeah, that's real. Funders are asking for that. They want to know what you are projecting you are going to do within that year. They want to know the monies that you may need, as well as the monies that you've already put out. What are you already spending money on? Here's the thing. I believe that a well-written budget is, a funder could go to a well-written budget, take a look at it, and know if they want to fund you or not. They'll have a great idea of what your program is doing, how you're spending your money, just through your budget justification, to say, you know what, I got $15,000 here, and I'm going to use that for specifically program-related expenses. And it will be in alignment with what you've written in your grant. So we have to be aware, and we can't sleep on the organizational budget. It's not something that you do at the middle of the year, unless of course your fiscal year doesn't start till June, and that's fine too. But, ideally, organizations need to also have that organizational budget, and they need to start that in January 1. This is what we're expecting for our year. This is what and I say expecting, I use that word very loosely. This is what we're projecting. I think that's a better way to say it. So along with that is your program budget. Do you actually know how much it costs to run your program? How much does it cost to have your lights on in the building for the program you're running? How much does it cost to pay for that janitor to come in and grab the trash? And because you have 15, 20 kids in the room, and do you know exactly what it costs to do your programs? So along with, as Noura said, your, financial statements and your profit and loss, that organizational budget and that program budget are just as vital to how you receive funding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you for that. And hi, Brittany. She's saying hey to us in the comments.
Hi, Brittany.
So yeah. So yeah, like she said, also she's saying they should know the exact cost, not estimate. Exactly. So see, we have two grant writers now, like they're saying the same thing. So believe us. Just do it the right way. We want to help you. We want to help you to get funded. And just to explain one point, Rosetta said, because I noticed not a lot of people familiar of that fiscal year. Fiscal year, that's anything that is not calendar year. Our calendar year is January 1st to December 31st. And anything outside of that is actually fiscal year, and you should know that from your determination letter, that letter that when you receive, you celebrate. That's the determination letter saying that you are approved 501c3. It's going to be on the top right corner. It will say your accounting date. And there's the date. If it doesn't say December 31st, it might say something else. But December 31st, meaning you are on a calendar year. Anything else, that's a fiscal year. And I have made a video earlier last month, I think. You will find it in another live, like where I shared exactly where you can find your determination letter, your fiscal year or calendar year. So that's what we're talking about. Okay.
Well, thank you, Noura, because I sometimes think that I forget that we do this all the time, right?
Mhm.
This is our world where we tend to thrive, and so sometimes the jargon just comes out of me.
Oh yeah, no, thank you. But I just, because like, because this is the accounting period, so I have to talk about it. You don't have to worry about it.
Well, thank you. So, Nora, I wanted to bring up something else you mentioned. Um, you said something about having, where is your money coming from,
Mm-hmm.
right? This is really important for nonprofits to understand. You were talking about your nonprofit is a business. So one of the things that I love to say to nonprofits, just because it's a nonprofit and it says that in the name, it does not mean you are supposed to be broke. You are not supposed to not have money, right? Your nonprofit is supposed to be able to, as you mentioned, create a profit, because they have to have that profit to put back into their nonprofit to serve their communities, right? Um, so it's very important that they also consider the streams of revenue that they may have, or that they want to pour into the nonprofit. Grants are not the end all be all for your nonprofit. They should actually only be about 25% of your entire organizational budget.
Mm-hmm.
So if your grants are only 25% of your organizational budget, that means that you need to bring in money streams of finance from someplace else. So that could be service fee for service. It could be your donations, endowments and legacy gifts. It could be, I, I mean, the sky's the limit, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we have to remember that we can't depend on grants to run our organization. It's not a great plan for sustainability, and it does not speak when funders see a budget that is upside down, right? Where grants are the only thing that is um, what is it, funding your organization. A lot of times they don't want to deal with that,
Mm-hmm.
because it says, hey, we're the only ones that are doing any work. What else are you doing?
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
What
And I
are
want to
you bringing to the table?
exactly, and I want to jump on to the question of Janice. Janice saying, I'm a nonprofit, not for profit. How do I set up a budget for my organization? Are there accounting program I can use to keep track of my finances when you don't really have the fund? Yes, and that's when you come talk to me. Actually, like we said, actually, nonprofits is a business, regardless of, yeah, you're not for profit, but you are a business. So when you go build a business, you expect to invest some money, and that's what you should expect also for your nonprofit. You should invest some money. And how you do that? You can donate the money to your organization from your own fund, from personal fund, and donate the money for your organization, and you can get a tax benefit on that.
Mhm.
Or you can actually just um, um, reimburse yourself later. So just like paying and reimburse yourself, but it has to be done properly, so it doesn't seem like a fraud or something, because it's not. It just have to be done properly. What I usually do to my clients, we do QuickBooks, and if you want, like, feel free to book a call with me. I will, talk about your organization a little bit, and also I have a master class. It's a free master class for nonprofit organizations, just prepare you for to get grants ready, and then so you can work with someone like Rosetta, and doing your grants, and she can give you a great list of grants. Let me just put my link here so you can book a call, and in a minute, actually, I'm gonna put Rosetta's link as well, so you can book a call with her. So go do talk to both of us, and this way you will see what you need to get done, and in both sides, so you can be ready. But you should have that mindset. Yes, I am nonprofit, but I have to run my nonprofit as a business in order to be successful. Otherwise, you will burn 5 years, 10 years, and you will eventually either give up or keep your nonprofit small, never getting grants or never getting like individual donations even.
Yes, that's a great point. I also noticed in the comments, someone said going after grants should be last and not first, and absolutely correct. That is, grants are the furthest thing from your mind, I believe, when you start your nonprofit. It's what other avenues is it? As I mentioned, is it donations? How are we showing up on social media? How are we connecting with potential funders? Those are the things I think that are most important before we start looking at where do we go to actually get these grants.
Awesome. And here's also now the link tree for Rosetta, so you can also book a call with her and see what products she has as well. So make sure you connect with her, and yeah, keep these questions coming.
Yes.
Awesome. So yeah, so if I am a nonprofit, I came to you and half ready for grants, or maybe ready, like 99% ready. What's that first step that would be? Like, would you just start with a grant? Like, how do you find, like, or do you find grant? How does it go?
That is a great question, Noura. Thank you. No, I don't. When I was a novice and a young grant writer, I'm like, yes, I was just so excited to write grants. So I would start with grants. I would just jump in there and I'm writing grants. And, Noura, to be honest, what was happening is, I was getting the grants, but it was a struggle. It was hard. I didn't know if I was the problem, the clients were the problem. What is the problem? This shouldn't be so hard because I know what I'm doing. What I discovered is I had to take a step back and I had to really delve deeper into the organization. What does your board look like? How effective are they? Are they doing their job of being the fiscal managers of your organization? From there, okay, what is that foundational? Do you have those job descriptions or PDs someplace, or are you just like, I think we're gonna do this and this is what how does that work? So before I start with any grant writing client, I really want to know about their board. I want to understand because they essentially run that organization. Then once if I feel that the board is good to go and that they are supportive and I can see that they work well together, then I want to look at your just readiness in general. Do you have all the documents in place? Am I going to need to refer you to Noura? Do we have to create some HR policies? What do we do within there? If we are ready to go, then we get started in creating templates and writing boilerplates and doing the things. But it's never just to jump right in and start writing. I've had clients that come to me that are all the way ready, 100%. And they're just like, we got this grant writing thing on lock. We just don't have the time to look for the grants. Perfect. I got something for you. So one of the things that Right Touch offers is a fund development report. So it's essentially a customized report for an organization, and that's in alignment with their mission and their vision, and allows them to take that step out of researching grants is a huge part of finding the right grants. So it takes that step away from them. We're going to give it to you. Hey, you're in alignment. Here's a funding calendar. There you go. Go on and be great, because now you know what grants are out there and you didn't have to look for them. That's the best part.
Awesome. Thank you. This is great. I mean, because like you said, a lot of people, I've seen actually a lot of grant writers, they jump into writing grants without having people ready. And I know that maybe they just started and they didn't know enough yet, or they just don't care. And,
I got nothing for that. I don't know.
We have two people, but like most of the time they don't know enough. They don't know enough. So That's why, okay, now like there's a lot of education for all of us, like grant writers, for accountant, like all of us. I know Rosetta also joined like coaching programs. Like we're always
Mhm.
learning. We're always learning.
Right.
And I know actually HR is one of the strength, right? For you.
Yes, yes. Actually, that's what my degree is in. Organizational management with a concentration of human resource management. That's my master's degree. But my undergrad is technical and professional communication. So I love all things writing. And so because I love all things writing, I think that's why I was that grant writer in the beginning, just hopping in and ready to write a grant until I realized, oh, let's tap back into that management side and that organizational management to know, are they even ready? Can they even handle the money that you're about to get them? Because we know you're getting ready to write a great grant, but can they actually handle it? And do they have the capacity to do the work? I'm also a visionary. So I'm going to dream big. You got an idea and I'm like, okay, I know what to do. We got this. I know where we're going. Like I'm right there with you. I can be in that dream. But I had to realize that just because I know how to dream, it doesn't mean they're ready for my dream or even theirs.
Yes, exactly. You have to build your capacity first. And hi, Zanetta. Thank you. I'm glad you're getting value of this information. And yeah, also like Brittany saying I was guilty of that when I first started. Yeah, I guess like this is like just every one of us like have messed up something. But this is why we're going live. We're talking about this all the time. And I know like I went with Brittany also several times, and we just actually had our workshop in a person workshop here in Houston
Oh, great.
last Saturday, and it was great.
Great.
And we're gonna have like two more in March, so look forward for that.
Amazing.
Yes. So, and I know Rosetta is planning some stuff on Hawaii as well. So watch
Line in
out
the
for
chat.
that. Make sure to follow her.
Yes, please. You can follow me. I'm on all the things. Righttouch.consulting. Oh
Awesome.
man. Yeah. I am wanting to do some in-person workshops here on the Big Island. It is so necessary. I got into I when I started as a grant writer, I didn't even really want to be a grant writer. I had no desire to do this. I thought I was going to write print for, manuals for printers. But once I started getting into nonprofits, right? As I did my first nonprofit, had my first nonprofit job, I fell in love with nonprofits as well as the how can I help them without going out there and doing the work? Like if you have a soup kitchen, I have no desire to bowl up some soup for you. I don't want to do that. But what I want to do is help you be able to do that more efficiently. And I had to learn that it started at the top, right? Like it started at your board. It started at what foundations have you put in place there in order to make your nonprofit flourish and grow? So it's been an interesting journey.
Yeah, awesome. Sorry guys, I'm playing out with this because I'm trying to I'm trying to put all links together. So don't
Hmm.
mind me, sorry. So I'm having fun with this banner. So
All
okay.
right.
This is what I was trying to do.
It's
So
perfect.
don't
You did a great
mind.
job. I love when we learn through that trial and error. I think that is the story of every organization. Just like what's working, what's
Yes.
not.
Yes, exactly. So let me see. I see Janice is here with us saying, "Do I need to keep track of items donated on behalf of my organization and items that were donated to the organization, and we donated it back to another organization? My organization connects veterans and return citizens to community resources." Yes, great question, Janice. And yes, you have to keep track of everything, literally everything, like any penny, anything. Do I need to put a dollar amount on a donation if they are urgently used? So about that, So I'm gonna have Rosetta in a minute, like comment on your question as well. But for this question, actually, if I come and donate for you in kind donation, you can give me a receipt saying you donated stuff or in kind donation to me. You cannot give me a value. You do not put a dollar value on that. You are actually, you will be in trouble as an organization if you do so. So you don't put, I am as a donor responsible to evaluate that. However, if I want to put anything over a $500, I have to, actually above 5,000, I have to have the appraisal, the professional appraiser. About over 500, I have to keep proof of that. Like I have to really give proof of that. But if it's the other way, if I oh no, from your side actually, now you want to do that on your books, you can evaluate based on what the IRS has something in there just to evaluate, to add it to your budget, but you cannot give me a receipt with the value. So it's two different treatments. But yes, you have to keep track of every single thing. And do you want to comment anything about this or about the
yeah.
tracking?
So thank you, Noura. And Janice, that is an amazing question. One of the things that I've seen done, and I've actually done, when we receive a donation from someone, we have them fill out a form, the person that's giving us the donation, and we allow them to say the value of whatever that donation is. If it's art, this art piece is donated at $5,000. And as Noura would say, then we would ask them to have a appraiser come in and really evaluate it. But if it's a $200 trinket, we would say, okay, they would write down, hey, we're going to give you this trinket and it's $200. I valued it at $200. Perfect. Then the way on our side, as the receivers, we would then give you a receipt to say, thank you for this in-kind donation, and just list the item. As Noura said, not the dollar amount, just the item. And then I would hand it over to the accountant and say, now you do the things that you do with our form that we received back from the donor, as well as the thank you note, so that we can show that we've had this communication and that they've been properly thanked and acknowledged for their donation. But also, again, the donor has given us the value, and they have written in what they would like to do and how, what they feel their product is. I'm stumbling around the words there. Excuse me.
Yeah.
So there are some great templates out there that you can look at for in-kind donations that would lay that out for you. And so you can go check those out and see what's available, or we can talk about it in more depth.
Actually, IRS has a template also for that. Like, so you want to try to get into the IRS first, but you want to see, like, maybe like connect with Rosetta to see like if she has a reference for those. But you definitely have to measure everything. Actually, it's much harder to do the in-kind donation. So I would
Very true. Yes.
Yes. So I wouldn't only rely on that. You want to have some cash donation because you want to pay for the cost. Like in-kind is not going to pay for the cost. I hope we answered your question, Janice. And if you have more question, or if you want to clarify anything that we said on that question, please feel free to add to that. So we're here for a couple of minutes also. So yeah, thank you, Rosetta, because I've seen a lot of people actually giving a value, and they could get in trouble as a nonprofit if they give the value, the dollar amount.
Right. I will say I didn't know that initially, but I had to go back to my days of working and doing events and receiving donations and having to remember, like, oh yeah, that's right. We can't write anything down there. They have to tell us. We don't decide that. So
yeah, exactly. And the other thing is I want to touch base on, since we're talking about InKind, service donation. Service donation, there's no such thing. So if I donate my accounting service to a nonprofit, you just say thank you. I say you're
Right,
welcome. I cannot
right.
benefit from that because IRS don't want me to do that. They want me to work and pay money for that, not
Mhm.
give you service. I don't benefit from that at all because I see a lot of nonprofit asking any volunteers to do that, and we're gonna give you a receipt. No, you cannot. You say thank you. That's it. No, nothing for.
I love that. She's like, just say thank you. No receipt, please.
Yeah, no
Thank
other
you.
method.
A nice card that says thank you would do.
Yeah. Yeah, so that is it. Thank you, Brittany, saying Noura
Thank
and
you.
Rosetta are all doing a great job. Thank you so much, Rosetta and Brittany. Yeah, thank you for good to know. Saya Zanetta, yeah. Also, Zanetta is with me with a coaching group for accounting. So great to see you guys.
Yay.
Awesome. So
Thank
see,
you.
we all go for coaching. There's nothing. I mean, you all guys have to see coaching. Don't just assume stuff. I mean, me, I'm an accountant, right? I have my own firm. 10 years ago, I started a business with my family, and we were an LLC, and I put myself on a payroll, and that's a no-no, and they cannot do that. So we all make mistake if we don't go for coaching and learn,
Mhm.
when we are doing the same thing, something like now, we have to get the coaching because everything changes as well.
Right.
Everything changes and rules have been changing and everything, especially for the last few years. Oh my God, a lot of things change. And we are not possibly knowing everything. All of us, no human being on the earth knows everything. So nothing wrong with going and ask for help, learn always, use a professional. So
Mhm.
don't try to do it all. Even if you know, then you're not going to be able to keep updates because
Right.
as professionals, like people ask me all the time, like, can you help us with grant? No, I contract with people like Rosetta, with people like Brittany to do that for you. But I'm not
Mhm.
gonna go that route to do the writing and search for the grants
Right.
as Noura because it's a lot to learn, and
Mhm.
I'm not gonna be doing my great job, on it. I have my thing to learn the IRS rules, the accounting, the all of these, like for the coaching program that I have for the nonprofits, all of that, but that doesn't mean I can also learn grants. So, and
Or
that's
that
my
you even want to. Or you
exactly.
even want to. Do you even want to?
Yeah, but because I hear people like, okay, I can do my accounting myself. I can do my grant writing myself. You're not gonna do it for your best ability. You're gonna be spending so much money later just trying to fix your accounting, trying to fix. I mean, to try because you lost all this time writing grants on your own because you did not, and money because you did not use professional at the right time, and you're losing that. Now you're getting starting. Okay, you lost what you lost, but at least from now, start like asking professionals. Give the people who know what to deal with everything. I don't go do my marketing alone. I use some people who knows marketing. I have
Mhm.
hired a branding consultant who she is great. I hope she comes with me once. I will actually talk to her. She's amazing, like, and she's helping me doing my branding, my marketing. And I have a coach also. She helped me with my marketing and how to build my tax and accounting business. Rosetta has the same thing. You tell them about what you're learning.
Well, I'd like to say that I spent a lot of time in a bubble, because I was trying to do it all. And then I realized I don't have, well, first of all, I don't have to do it all. And secondly, I don't want to do it all. It's too much. And when I was trying to do it all, things were getting, pushed to the wayside and lost in the sauce, to be honest with you. So as Noura said, I mean, training, I absolutely love training, additional training for grant writing, um, board training, how to better train your boards. I want to be trained on how to train you better, so that I can help you get to the next level. Noura is actually my personal accountant and for my business, and I have a someone who works on my marketing. I'm deathly afraid of social media. So I have a struggle. Noura's actually, she pushes me out there. She's like, come on, let's do this. We're going to do something. We're going to do live. And I'm like, okay, I don't know if I'm ready. And she's like, you got this. So, it's really important to have those people that are able and willing to do the things that may not be a strong point for you. For a while there, I spent time as an executive director, and as a grant writer, I thought this would be perfect. I'm the executive director, the grant writer. We're just gonna rock this thing. And then I realized, man, I'm busy executive directoring. I'm busy day-to-day. There is no going out and finding a new grant or a new thing that I'm in alignment with, because I'm really concerned about what is my organization doing. Am I in the community and having that face there and doing the work behind the scenes, that really grant writing and searching became at the back of the, it was just not the first thing on my mind every morning. Definitely not.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
So really having had that experience, I understand what executive directors are going through. This idea that, we don't have a lot of money, but we got to do it all. And I'd say you don't have to do it all, because something will get left behind. And ideally, while you don't, as I mentioned, grants are not the first thing you go to, but you at least want to know that when you get ready to go to a grant, is something there that you have a tool that you can tap into.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, being an executive director is not an easy thing. And just being an executive director, like being a CEO of the owner of your business, you have to be strategizing. You have to be actually looking for new partnership, looking for new opportunities, bringing in new donors. That's what you should actually be doing, speaking, all of these things, just advocating for your organization. Similar thing for the board member. You don't have time. You just have to do like the good, the thing that's not going to overwhelm you, but still kind of get a great effect for your organization. Exactly. So hiring professionals is actually going to save you time and money. And like I said, you have to expect to invest in your nonprofit like a business, but you have to do it a proper way. You can get this money back or write it off in your donations when you do your taxes. So that's how you do it. And if you need help with any of that, connect with us. This is our link. We have book a call, how, I'm going to talk about my link and then I'll have Rosetta talk about what her links have. So you can call with me if you're ready to do your taxes, whether it's personal, business, or nonprofit. You can onboard yourself right away. And I have a video over there, actually a link for a video just shows you how exactly you can onboard yourself on. Another thing, you have my social media, and you can sign up for my free master class happening in March. And there is one more thing. If you are ready for my mastermind to build your donor base and build your organization the right way to get into the level where you can hire someone like Rosetta to help you with the grant, you can do so directly. So you don't have to do anything, just go, and there's a financing plan for that. Just sign up from this Linktree at Noura's Books. So you can do that. If you have any question, type it below, book a call with us, and yeah, just be there. Just try to get educated. And I am here every day for tax season, live with either alone or with great guests like Rosetta. So join me every day. I'll be talking about a lot of topics with guests, or I'm gonna give you more information about tax season and what you have to do for your business or personal taxes. And I will let Rosetta actually talk about her link.
Well, thank you. So I can be reached at rightcouch.consulting or bookrosetta.com if you'd like to book a free 15-minute consult to see if we are a match. Sometimes you're just not a match. So I want to know before we jump into something for real. And at that point, we can then switch over to a 1-hour consult. And also, through there, you'd be able to learn more about my my fund development report, also the different trainings that I offer for not only grant writers, but for your board of directors. We can talk about grant readiness and what it really means to be ready to write a grant. And yeah, so.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Rosetta. Thank you for being here with me today. I really enjoyed our conversation. And I'm sure everyone got a lot of information from this talk, and I hope you guys enjoyed joining us today. Thank you so much. Thank you for everyone who joined. We only see some names like Janice, Zanetta, Brittany C, and look, I know there's like more people because I see the numbers, but I don't see the names. So thank you for everyone who joined, and thank you for everyone who's gonna be watching watching us in the replay. Put the question below, like whether you're watching on LinkedIn, YouTube, or any other platform. You can just connect with us, and we will be looking forward to give you more information and to talk to you individually. We both offer actually free consultation to, like Rosetta said, to get to know you and see what we can offer you, and then it's your decision where you want to start. Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad to know that, Janice. Janice, that great information. Thank you so much, and really had a good time with you guys, and I will see you tomorrow, and soon we'll have Rosetta back with us. We will let you know when, but I'm sure she wouldn't mind come again because we've been talking always.
I love hanging out with you, Noura. We have fun.
Me too. So yeah, guys, thank you so much, and really appreciate your time. Have a great Monday. And yeah, one thing I forgot to mention, we just started a promotion. If you pay in full for your taxes, just because of President's Day, if you pay in full for your taxes, I will give you a 20% off, but it has to be paid in full. And yeah, that's it. If you are ready for that, connect with me, email me, or book a call, or just send a message. And just to make sure you don't lose that, but book a call. If you book a call today, mentioning that, like, to take advantage of the offer, we will guarantee that offer for you, because we don't know how long we're going to keep that for now, like, because we just did it because of the President Day. So, but I don't know how long I'm going to keep it. So make sure you book a call today and mention that when you book a call to have that discount, 20%. And it has to be like paid in full, like I said, to get advantage of that. And thank you so much. And we'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.
Bye. Thank you.